Hello, this is the second problem for section 1.3 in our textbook. We continue our discussion on types of statistical studies. And I would caution you to be very diligent and read your textbook. There is definitely more than I can go over here in 4 or 5 minutes. There's a lot of vocabulary that you'll need to know. So please take the time to read your textbook. All right, so let's take a look at this particular question. It says a physician conducts a clinical trial of the effectiveness of running as a treatment for arthritis. One group of 58 randomly selected participants undergoes the running treatment, while a control group of 56 selected participants does not. So I think what it's saying here, is we have 58 that are participants that are running. They're getting a running regimen. And again, we're trying to see if running is going to affect arthritis. And then there's another group, and this time there's 56 of them that are not getting the treatment. They're sedentary, so they are not runners, not running for arthritis. Sounds like a race, doesn't it? Should be an extra N in there. There we go. Not running for arthritis. Okay. The researchers doing the measurement of arthritis. So the researchers are aware. Okay, that's important. They are aware of who's getting the treatment, who the runners are and who are not the runners, okay? And then it says that identify any problems that are likely to confound and explain how the problems could be avoided, okay? This word confound is an important one. So let's read our choices first, okay? Identify any problems that are likely to cause confounding. Let's see if I have that. Confounding. So confounding, we're going to say a study suffers from confounding if the effect of different variables are mixed so that we cannot determine the specific effects of the variable of interest. Okay, so we want to know if there's any confounding going here, if there's anything that may cause us to affect our studies, our data that we're collecting. So first one says there is likely to be an experimenter effect in this study because the researchers making the arthritis measurement will influence the participants by knowing the participants run and which participants do not run. So the experimenter effect says that when the researchers know who's in the study and who's not, they may inadvertently or not even know it by influence the participants. So says here through factors like facial expressions, tone of voice, or attitude. So is that likely to happen here? Yes, right? Because our experimenters do know which one. B, again, we're selecting all that apply. There is no control group. There is no control group. So what is a control group? Well, a control group is the group of the subjects that do not receive the treatment. So we have a group of runners. Those are our treatment group. And we have a group of non-runners. Those are our control group. So we do have a control group. So we're not going to choose B. C. the groups are so small that confounding is likely to be introduced by the selection of the group subjects. So, kind of a subjective idea. Is 56 and 58 large enough? And I'm going to say yes, it is large enough. And so we're not going to say that that's going to cause confounding. D, if there are differences in the measurement of arthritis, there is no way to know if the difference are attributable to the treatment running or the age of the participant, young or old. Well, here's the thing. If we randomly select our participants, then there could be some confounding go on, but the randomness is going to offset this type of situation. So I'm not going to choose that one either. And E, there is likely to be a placebo effect in this study because the subjects know whether or not they are running. So what is a placebo effect? So placebo effect refers to the situation in which subjects improve simply because they believe they're receiving a useful treatment. Well, how could there be a placebo effect here? Oh, wait a second. There is likely to be a placebo effect because the subjects know whether or not they are running. And I'm going to say, since they know they're not running, they may not get better because they know they're not getting the treatment. So I'm going to choose that one. Let's see what happens. I was right. Great. Now, let's say, explain how the problems could be avoided and select all that apply. Now remember, the ones that we want to avoid is the fact that we have the researcher effect and we have the placebo effect. So we don't need to increase the size. That wasn't a problem. It says, unfortunately, there is no way to eliminate the placebo effect in this study. And that is correct. Non-runners are going to know that they're not running. But we could, in E, the researchers doing the measurement should not be aware of which participants receive the treatment and which do not. So we can control that. So we can make sure that we don't have an experimenter effect. Unfortunately, we can't control for the placebo effect. All right. Remember, keep reading your book, doing your homework, and you should do great on the test.